Hey fam, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me in this tarot reading. This is going to be for all signs, no worries. I know it's Virgo and chill, but it's because I'm a Virgo and I want to chill. So let's chill out together. I really enjoy sharing messages of encouragement. That's how I interpret them, at least. And I just finished a reading and I thought that was going to be all good, but I feel compelled to do another reading. So here we go. We're going to shuffle them together and all that good. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, let's see what we can get into. Okie dokie artichoke. What is the message of encouragement to share with the collective this round? What are the words that my kindred souls here on YouTube need to hear at this moment? Especially if you watch that other one and we're just continuing. But it's okay if you didn't, if this is the one that the algorithm brought to your attention and you felt drawn to. I can trust that. And we're cutting the deck. We're beginning with the good old archetypes. The eternal child. Last time it was the orphan, and now it's the eternal child. And I feel like flipping it. The sustainer. Ooh, the storm. Interesting. I'm going to just put this over here like that. Because it feels more like supplemental than, whereas these ones, yeah, you know? Okay, so the eternal child, I feel like we're tapping into that awe for life, that glow that emanates from within, and being able to be in tune with ourselves and have some fun. And you're like, think about children, how it should be anyway. We don't have to worry about our bills. That's our parents' or, guardians' responsibility in theory, right? Children should be able to have fun. Their brains are not only the spongiest of all, but they laugh, they have fun, they play, they have such incredible imaginations. It's okay if you never felt that as a child, Doesn't mean that as a child you didn't inspire others, you know what I mean? The way we see ourselves and the way others see us have all too often such a tendency to be two completely different beings, right? And the sustainer, feel like it's learning and honoring the taking care of oneself. Look at these colors, fam. Purple's always been my favorite color. I mean, purple and black with my goth ass, but purple has always been one of my favorite colors, and I've recently been finding it very interesting. It's like really clicked for me the other day how for so many years I've had my RGB lights, my fairy lights, or whichever you prefer to call them, in my room, usually set to purple. I always loved black lights because they look purple. I never understood why they're called black lights, but anyway. And that's, the third eye chakra is more of an indigo, right? And the crown, you can consider it purple. I like to think of it like purple, but also like that purpley kind of iridescence, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Being in tune with oneself and knowing and honoring how to take care of oneself, what your soul craves. And the storm, there's a lot of darkness in our world, on the earth. And it's not always what we think it is, right? Storms can be scary, they can be life-threatening. But a lot of times as humans, we tend to make mountains out of molehills. Or there are those who, they're so afraid, they're running on such fear that they create the mountain out of a prairie. Just a flat field full of nothing but wheat. But this, the way Kim designed it, and it's not just Kim, right? It's making me think of the universe. Maybe you're worried about the separation from certain elements. Why? Because if this is your life, if your mind is creating your reality, what is there to be afraid of? You know, kind of like the Two of Cups. No, the Two of Pentacles, with the person standing on one foot. You know, it's all about balance. And behind them is these like waves. And you got two ships on them. To me, they both seem to be navigating the waves just fine, regardless of their sizes. One's small and one's large. What if you can weather any storm just fine, fam? What if knowing how to take care of yourself and knowing how to handle things accordingly is something you need to not lose sight of, come what may, right? Well then, let's move on to, I'm going to leave out the books this time and just go purely on instinct. Whether it's the urge. The urge is fierce because I like never get to see this card. And I think I've seen this card once since getting the deck. So I really want to read that shit, okay? If anything, let's leave it to the end. What is the message that our collective really needs to hear right now? Not too far up, not too high, Goldilocks. What's on the bottom here? It's a time for healing, not war. There are things that were said to you when you were younger or throughout your life that have really, the word that's come into me is stunted your growth, your ability to believe in yourself. And you never deserved that. For some, it was a very, very cruel mother or mother figure. Whoa, I just felt something on my left leg, on like my thigh. It was like fingers that are just barely grazing the skin, so it kind of tickles. Interesting. But it doesn't have to be a mom. It could have also been a father or an aunt, for that matter. Someone that you respected, they were important to you, or you were led to believe that they were supposed to be. It was very cruel. And you didn't deserve that. And it made at least someone feel like they didn't have what it takes to live the life that they've always wanted. Maybe you were told that you had to get a jobby job so that you could pay your billy bills and blah, 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 blah. But your soul has been just dying the entire time. And you never have enough time to do the things you actually want to do. You never needed those wings to fly. And this is the point in life for you to really grasp that concept. Whatever it is that you thought you needed to do to get to where you want to be was a facade. And something tells me that this really resonates with not just me. Okay? Because, like, think about it. If it's someone who's supposed to be your parent, your guardian, then they should be taking care of you. What's the word? When you, it's like nurturing growth, facilitating. No, that's not it either. But it might be an F word. It might begin with an F. So does my favorite curse word, hey-o. But anyway, moving on. Neither here nor there, ain't me. You didn't deserve to have that taken from you. But if everything happens for a reason, then it looks like now is the perfect time for you to let go of that cord, of that tether that's been holding you back. Because look at these fake wings being left in the back, left in the tower. The light is within you. Everything that you need, everything that you've ever wanted is within you. What time is it? Hopefully it's clarification time. Yeah. We're going to lighten the mood and see what tale we can tell with the tarot this round. What is... Whoop. Are you kidding me right now? Wow. Okay. That's a lot. So I'm going to show them to you. If you did not watch the previous reading, which was probably uploaded the same day but earlier, some of these cards that just fell out were part of that reading. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Six of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. And on the bottom, we have the King of Wands. So we have 2 6s and 2 7s, and a rumbly and my tumbly, a queen and a king, and a whole lot of anxiety that's keeping people awake at night, unable to frickin' relax when they're all alone and they don't have any more distractions going on. To give is to receive. Like, this person may seem as though, oh, they're giving coins to these people, but they're holding the scales, fam. It's meant, at least for some, to represent equality, right? Like those teachings of, just because you're able to afford servants doesn't mean that you're above them, right? Have you worked retail? Yeah. Very particular cards. Funny how this came up underneath the storm. We're going to put them back in because that was a lot that fell out. But I just feel like they needed to be seen, at least by someone, and I'm going to honor that. The Chariot card, by the way, is go time. This charioteer knows exactly what they're doing. There's been a lot of planning that has gone into this. And it's go time. These Sphinxes are checking out what's ahead. They're scanning, and they're about to stand up, fam. And shoots, now I can't remember what was right there, but it goes together. I know that. Like a lot of thought and consideration has been going into this, right? In theory. And I don't think that you're someone who's selfish and only wants yourself to be doing well. And, you are not the evil queen, right? So what is the message of encouragement for you right now? What is it that you need to hear that can help you? Wow. Just gonna boop, 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 boop. This card, and this card were in the previous reading. Interesting. Oh, fam. Oh, okay. We're just gonna leave it at that for now. It's 2 more cards to enjoy, but let's go over this. Fam. First of all, let's enjoy the balance happening down here with, of all things, the Wheel of Fortune. And this lineup again. So before, okay, one thing at a time, Amy. This is giving me handling business and knowing what you need to do. Not letting your fear, your doubt, your emotions, whatever the heck, get in the dang way. And taking care of business. Handling business. Making the tough decisions and following through. For the greater good. You want your kingdom to thrive, don't you? Well, let's just boop, thumbnail. Right? So if you're worried about what's to come and the unknown and life being life and all that crap, no, let's dial it back. Remember what we were talking about before. Don't let that crap rest in your mind anymore. We're not playing with that line of thinking anymore. It never served. It only hurt. Kitty sneeze. It was detrimental to us. So when we see cards like the 5 of Wands now, at the very least, healthy competition. Getting your ego out of the way, right? Letting your ego remind you, I belong here. I am a worthy opponent. But getting it out of the way to recognize these aren't opponents. What if it's competition? Healthy competition, right? These beings, these people Like it doesn't have to be a battle. What if these are people who inspire you to greatness, inspire you, are examples of what's possible? But you don't want to do what they're doing. You want to do it in your own way, right? This Page of Swords, the pages may represent young'uns, but this one knows what they're doing. They're ready, just like that chariot, just like that charioteer. They've planned, they've gathered their wits about them, and they're ready. And they're looking off like, oh, who's coming over the hill? Is it Gandalf the White? Cool. Perfect timing. Right? Sorry if you're not a Lord of the Rings fan and didn't get that. And again, the lovers isn't just about love coming into your life from others. It's self-love. Right? And I feel like that is a really important point being made of both of these readings. Being able to love yourself, to know that it's not selfishness. It's not that stereotypical version of narcissism. Oh, I'm so beautiful. I can't even look away from myself. Fuck that, right? No. Putting yourself first let's think of it more like in a plane. If we're flying a plane and the attendants are helping us, make sure that we know, what to do in case we need to know what to do, right? And they tell us we put on our oxygen masks first before helping others. And that kind of shit gets so twisted in our different societies, wherever you may be in the world. It can get all too often so twisted. Right? Because others want us to think a different way. They want us, because if they think that, if we're doing that, they have control over us. Right? I'm not trying to get all conspiracy theory on you. That's not the point. You know exactly what you need to do, what you've been wanting to do. You've been doing your research, you've been studying, you've been learning and gaining wisdom. However, throughout your whole life, haven't you? Compartmentalization, it happens. So when you see the Five of Wands, remember that you have every right to be there. Remember that you are on par at the very least. But also I want you to remember that in your life, in your reality, you are the exception. You're exceptional. It's okay if sometimes you gotta just nose to the grind, handle things accordingly, because you have so much love and nurturing and care, and you're not stupid. You have clarity. You know what you need to do. You know what's best. And you don't just want to have your own kingdom and such. I know it's the emperor instead of the empress, but it's also the queen and king of pentacles. And look at all that earth, that life that surrounds them. Their kingdom is thriving. Everyone, everything, even the fauna, flora, whichever you prefer. All of it. The animals, the humans, all of it. And the Wheel of Fortune, these are very, very freaking particular major arcana, yet again. The Wheel of Fortune is saying the odds are ever in your favor. And coming up underneath the Lover's card for a second time in a row, 2 readings in a row, is a very particular point, fan. You need your heart intact for the rest of your life. You need to take care of your heart and your body and your mind and soul. Take care of yourself. Glow. Remember, look at that glow, that light coming from her. Whether we're talking divine feminine, divine masculine, divine, hey, I am human. It's time to enjoy your life. It's time to thrive because you know exactly what you're doing and you can take care of things. You've been through so much. So much. And you're more than capable. Even if people tend to underestimate you, that's on them. That's their path. That's their journey, right? What's the epilogue to this story? Hell! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's do this. So Daddy YouTube doesn't get too pissy with me. Google AdSense, I like money. The star, it can represent hopes and dreams come into fruition. That light within that I've been talking about this entire dang reading. Didn't I bring it up with the eternal child? Have people been drawn to you like moths to a flame your whole life? Have you ever felt like, I feel like, these broken people come to me and I love them and I remind them that they can be loved, but then they go off and they leave me behind and they go off to these other people. This card and this stone are just like, nah. Tits! Okay, anyway, moving on. It's because each of us have that light within us, every single one of us. You are being beckoned to your future, to your hopes and dreams. Last time we had the 9 of Cups. This time we have the actual star. But the star can also mean someone who's literally a star, who's a performer, an actor, a singer, meant to be in the public eye, meant to shine so that all kinds of people can see you. We were talking about the universe earlier with how this card looks, right? What are you so scared of? Do you have stage fright? So we're letting go of that crap that was put into your head and has been festering in there. Its own form of disease. We're letting it go now. What's on the bottom of the deck? The 3 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, I just got a glimpse of what's underneath it. The 3 of Pentacles, I personally like to think of as the card representing how we co-create with the divine. And underneath it, no shit, I didn't mess with it. I know I took it off camera. I don't know if you could see it. I don't think you could. I did a little. The 3 of freaking Wands, fam. Now we got 2 3s, baby. Oh, yeah. The 3 of Wands is like growth, expansion. Bring me that horizon. You know what happens when you chase the horizon? There's more horizon to chase. We got a big old earth to enjoy and explore, to vibe on. The earth is trying to heal. And if history has taught us anything, it's that the earth will heal as many times as it needs to, as many times as humanity wants to ruin her. The earth will heal. Nature will reclaim. You are not someone. You are not a destroyer. You are a sustainer. You are the light. And it's time to rock that shit. whether you agree about the divine universe and stuff like that. That's okay. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not like, it's not going to offend me. You have your own mind to enjoy. You have your own ideas in your own life. And it's time to expand. It's time to grow, and you know it. You don't have to be perfect or perfectly healed to I'm just saying. Remember that we did get this card. From the get-go, we were reminded that it's time for healing, not war. A lot of times, our parents and these people who hurt us when we're so young, who hurt us through our formative years or in our 20s, 30s, whatever, hurts. And it takes a lot of strength and light and love and stamina and all of that to be able to grow from that kind of pain, those kind of bonds and tethers and chains, right? Not enough humans decide, I'm never going to make anyone feel that way, ever, and are capable of following through with it, right? Oh, man. What are the extra notes? Thank you so much if you're still here hanging out with me. Thank you for watching this video at all. I'm just going to put that there. Apparently someone else's demons think you smell good. Listen, I don't think of, demons and angels and stuff quite the way I used to, the way I was raised to. So what I really mean is someone's negativity is wearing you down. Please get away from them if you can. Some of us are the caregivers of the ones who abused us and mistreated us while we were growing up. Virgo. And speaking for myself, one of the reasons why I haven't just let someone, being paid by the state or whatever, take over, is because I don't want them to receive that. I don't want them to have to deal with it. But fam, you know what I've also noticed about my mom? She tends to be nice to everyone else. Kind of like my ex-husband. Funny how that works. What's the next card? Just going to put that right there on top of the Wheel of Fortune. The divine is listening, fam. Words and thoughts equal power. You are a powerful being. You are. So whatever the divine means for you, they're listening. What's on the bottom of this deck? Why do you keep asking the same question? Why do you keep doubting yourself? Is that really your voice, or is it their voice? Please let it go. Please heal. Whatever that looks like for you, whether it's therapy, meditation, moving away, and never speaking to them again. I know there's, like abandonment and all that, stuff, but you can figure out the solution. You can figure out what you need to do. And it may feel like you got to turn off your heart. You got to turn off your emotions and just handle it. But with clarity comes the way of knowing what to do, how to handle it, right? One thing that I realized earlier before I set up to read is while my mom is still very fueled by fear, a change has been occurring. I personally choose to come from a place of love. Whatever I'm handling, having my knowledge and my wisdom and my clarity, I also, first and foremost, choose to speak from love. So, you know what they say, like, once you are changing within yourself, it enables that which surrounds you to also change. I'm not here trying to completely change my mother, but I would like to help her with her fear, because it's all coming from fear, right? She's not going to be around much longer. She's dealing with her own mortality, right? I'm the one in control of paying the bills, getting the food, all of that. And for a Boston mama like mine, that has been really difficult control to hand over. So, the heck? So whatever this looks like for you, is that a whisker? Nah. Whatever it looks like for you, right? Because it can be totally different. If for you, you may need to just completely let go and sever that cord. Or take yourselves away from this difficult place. I'm pretty sure that was the sound of a cat snoring. I don't know if the microphone picked it up or not. It was just one quick snort, and that was really cute. I don't know. I think some need to just move away, to just simply get away and save themselves. But I do think that there are those of us who are able to come up with a really good solution that is for the greater good of all, including ourselves. Right? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and read from the book what those cards were. So if you don't care if you're good with... Well, okay then. Well, there's that. This looks different for everyone. Okay, there we go. Boosh! That's what I was trying to say with the Five of Wands. Stop comparing yourself to everyone else. They got their own thing going on. You are you. You are one of one. There is no comparison. Be inspired by the possibilities that they've enabled you to see by doing it themselves. How about that? Right? Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read the Sustainer and the Storm. If you're, good to go, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I love you. And I'm going to go ahead and get to the books now. The Peacemaker, the Upholder, the Preserver, the Sustainer, the second archetype in the trio of existence, works behind the scenes, tending to the tasks of life. They cultivate gardens, pay bills, keep the meals warm and the mouths sweetly fed. The Sustainer is at peace in the process of life, knowing that there is no start or finish to humble yet meaningful tasks. They have a natural inclination to nourish others, to archive, to preserve Earth's resources, to consider environmental impact, to see their role in the divine cycle of life. It's common for the Sustainer to become overworked, leading to resentment. Their tasks aren't glamorous, and therefore, the Sustainer rarely receives the credit or attention. The Sustainer longs to hold things in place so badly, especially relationships, that they resist necessary change. Take time with this archetype. It is within us all, and it needs our love. Wow, fam, I should have read that earlier, but whatever. it happened as it was meant to happen, and I trust that. Moving on to the storm. The card that comes after the storm is the underworld. Just saying. The chaos, the whirlwind, the disorder. Possessing an energy much like the tarot's Tower card. The storm undoes all that is. Everything that was solid, known, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. The ground becomes the sky becomes the center, and then the center disappears. The storm is a great equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we can't hide from its savage winds. Their disturbing howls stir anxiety and make it impossible to see and think straight. You must wait it out. If you try to fight the storm, you will lose. A better option is to seek temporary shelter and a reliable friend. When all else fails, go within. There, for a moment, you settle into the eye of the storm. Wow. Wow, fam. Wow. Jeez Louise. I feel like it still goes along with everything that I was saying, though, with the messages that I feel like I received. It can be scary, like when the Tower card, is on the table at first sight, depending on what kind of mood we're in, maybe, whatever. It can be scary to see that, because either way, it's change. And for a lot of people, change is scary. They, even when life has been so difficult, it's still what we know, right? And that's something that I've been going through. Maybe you can relate to this as well. I've been like, wow, it's taken me, I've been feeling so discombobulated, doing all this meditation and all of this, trying to open myself up to accept the life I want to live, and not living, putting others first, being such a people pleaser, being scared to love, and isolating myself because of all the trauma, right? But I've also been saying for a while now, when we see the Tower card, let the walls crumble. Let it go. Do not try to put them back where they were. Change can be scary, but it can also be necessary. It can also be fulfilling. It can also be what's needed. The ending of a chapter enables the beginning of a new chapter, a new part in our lives. And if our realities are controlling our lives, or if our minds, are controlling our realities, what are we so scared of? Right? Aw, man. If you stuck it through, thanks, because those two cards, like, damn. I really appreciate the company either way. Thank you so much for being here. And always remember that I love you.